Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCast. Thanks so much for joining me here. Happy Monday to you, and we're going to take a look here at Floki new coin, kind of see what's going on and just generally understand best practice, big picture. So, I just like to make sure to help educate folks on becoming better traders, right? And at this point, we can kind of see some trends and some patterns we want to kind of identify. And generally speaking, too, we also want to acknowledge the simple fact that well, this coin is doing very well today. Okay, so most coins are struggling. Bitcoin is on the edge of disaster potentially. A lot of alts are going to decrease likely in price and value, and Floki doesn't seem to be as affected as others. So good news is there, we're looking pretty good. Tremendous amount of volume coming in as well above the most recent average. So that's a very, very good sign. That should imply that the price could continue higher. Again, a lot of factors involved, but let's go ahead and make sure to check that out. So if you're new to the channel, just want to let you know, thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you do learn something, of course, and if you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a website linked down below. We're also trying to grow our Twitter community here as well, so appreciate a follow, like, retweet, the whole 9 yards there. We have a tremendous amount of relevant updates for all things technical, all things fundamental as well. Quick update here too, in case you didn't already know this. It's official, because you might have heard speculation that Bybit is officially requiring KYC across the board May 8th. So if you're in a restricted country, you may want to pivot over to Bitget or Mexi Global. I have links here, of course, and obviously on my homepage for our partners. But generally speaking, they're really good alternatives and ones I definitely recommend. I would focus more so on Bitget right now. We have a competition benefit there. You're always eligible for our competitions, as well as free private signal access here if you use this link to register. And go ahead and just email me once you confirm that. Obviously, you have to use the exchange and fund it, of course, to benefit, but it's worthwhile. I can assure you it's my favorite exchange out there. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so all that stuff aside, we want to look at some technical data. Technical stuff here. Pretty straightforward. We're up at 50, just barely above on the RSI. So that really implies here that potential resistance at 50 could very well not be a thing anymore. Okay, now again, depends on where we close here today. We're going to want to pull up some Fibonacci retracement levels too, and kind of just see roughly what that looks like. But keep in mind, these little levels that I drew out here previously, this is a most recent support, and basically a resistance turn support. You can kind of see that the price action came up, kind of gave us an ascending wedge type of pattern, broke out, and inevitably continued higher. Typically, it's supposed to retest that as a support level. Didn't really care about that, and it continued upwards. But we can see a couple of candle wicks here where the price is staying here above that level. So to make it easy for you, let's go ahead and I got to kind of zoom in there. 271,000. That's a nice round number, isn't it? Essentially is the bottom here for the moment. So just to keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to the price coming up here, we want to look at a few things. First of all, the MACD is converging on the daily, not officially converged. It's not past tense yet, but it's on its way. Okay, so another day or two at this rate, we should be converging, and that would give us a very strong inclination to consider a long position. The only thing that I have that I don't love here is the obvious fact that we have a descending type of trend here. You can see it just consistently printing lower highs. Lower highs doesn't really do all that much for us to break a trend. First thing you want to do is have higher lows. That's the first step, which we are potentially on target for. We'll look at smaller time frames to identify, but generally speaking, until we close significantly above, just say 380,000, 381, right in that range, then we're not going to be able to have a leg to stand on, or we should expect the price to reject and continue down. Trends will continue until they don't, right? You have to assume they'll continue, and that's pretty much the case. Key takeaway here as well is that we're below the 50-day 7-moving average also, so 356,000 is essentially the resistance level there for today. Okay, so let's see what the 4-hour time frame tells us, see if there's anything better here. Again, higher lows are more important, right? So we are tentatively establishing higher lows, and obviously we have a higher in place. Okay, keep in mind that's a large inflow of volume. So, this could just be a pump and dump. You got to keep that in mind. That's potential reality. But in order for it to continue, we need to maintain that volume. Okay. So everything else here looks fairly bearish on the 4-hour. Fairly bullish on the 4-hour. There's no reason to indicate the price will pull back. But if the volume starts to subside, pay attention to the volume. You'll start to notice if it comes down, then it's absolutely going to be a situation where the price will retrace. I'm paying attention close to this mark right here at about 356, as well as 381. That's kind of the range that I'm curious if we can break through. I'm not sold yet if the price is going to continue higher. Again, if you are emotionally attached to a coin, there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't trade emotionally, right? You can have long-term bias. That's all good. But in the meantime, when you're trading on just say daily or lower time frames, for example, you're swing trading or day trading, it's important to recognize that we're not there yet. Okay, so please recognize that. I'm not bashing this coin by any stretch. I just think that we don't have enough volume yet to justify it. Now, for the last 4 hours, we have seen a significant uptick in volume. That can maintain itself, the price will go higher. If the price starts to go sideways and the volume comes down, be wary, the price will probably come down with it. Okay, you can only sustain a price point for so long with so much volume. You need a lot more than that. Okay, so that being said, we're, Ichimoku Cloud is kind of irrelevant here. It's just kind of peaked up there. Obviously, it's going to look nice. Furthermore, TD sequential here, kind of telling us we're at a 6. Hypothetically, we've got another 4 more hours, 3 to 4 more hours, continuation of the upside. Okay, so all in all, not much we can really extract here. The last thing we want to maybe take a look at is our CC golden indicator. It does tell us to have we have a sell signal here. Okay, now this is a selling target indicator, giving you buy and sell targets, okay? So for example, we also have long entries here we could have taken, and you can see, hypothetically, you took a long entry here, you would be in a decent amount of profit right now, upwards of 21%. Okay, so that's the great thing about the indicator. It notifies you of potential entry targets based on confirmation. Now, right now, we have confirmation that this is a sell target. So jumping right in right now may not be advantageous, okay? So again, it's not a guarantee the price could totally continue higher. In fact, it probably will. But for lack of better terms, this is an area in which you probably should have taken profits if you haven't already. Again, all of my approaches are fairly conservative. I like to be realistic. I take traditional trading tactics and apply them to cryptocurrency, and it helps you survive to trade another day. That's why our community members have been with me for a very long time, and we're actually having a lot of fun and a great experience over there on our Discord. Take a look at some of our members here. Nice little 20% shorts, 10 to 20%, nice long from Gala, all over the place. And that's the good thing about it, though. These are all notifications that are sent through the CC Golden Indicator. Okay, so keep up the good work, everyone. Super happy about my community. They're just killing it right now, and I'm super happy with that. Also note too, with our signals here recently, we took some healthy profits, 57% over the weekend in 2 hours, and 28.5% for a Bitcoin short in 2 hours. Also considering another short right now. But Floki, I wouldn't recommend shorting until we get confirmation, and we're a little ways away from that. Okay, so we'll keep this on our radar here, keep close eye on it, and make sure we pay attention. But between now and then, try not to get emotionally involved. Do your best to just kind of look at things abstractly. And obviously, you want to stay abreast on some really awesome stuff. Go ahead and jump on over to our Twitter there and help us grow this community, and just stay obviously up to date on every single thing possible. We got a tremendous amount of data coming through here. 25 to 50 tweets a day, full-time thing here, just making sure that we get you the right information. So really appreciate you joining us there, and hope everything works out very well for you today. We'll take a look at Floki again here very, very soon. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.